Hey everybody, another cooking with Cory. I wasn't feeling well today, so I just ended up sleeping in, not going to work. Um, Actually, I slept until like 1:30, and anyway, enough about that. So anyway, when you're tired and you really don't feel like doing anything, I showed you like the poor man's soup, how to just throw something together so you can at least have something good to eat or sustenance while you're not feeling well. Here's another one that's pretty good. Tuna fish. Everybody that I know likes tuna fish salad, or well, at least I assume they do. I don't know. I've never heard anybody say they didn't like tuna. So anyway, this is something you can make real quick. Um, if you're in a hurry and you just, you know, again, somebody's supposed to be making your lunch and like you're too, uh, I guess not incompetent, but you don't feel like making your own lunch, but someone else normally does it for you, and then you're like, oh man, that person's not here, like they're on vacation or whatever. Then you got to be able to make fun for yourself. So anyway, or maybe you're a college kid and like mom and dad used to make you this great, awesome tuna fish, and it makes you feel like you're at home. Also, the tuna fish stuff that I'm making is good for tuna melts. So if you want to get a little more like Martha Stewartish and like throw some stuff together to be like all special tuna melty, you can do that too. All it is it's grilled cheese sandwich with tuna in the middle. Just putting it out there. But you know, you pay a lot of money for that if you go to a restaurant. So anyway, so I got 2 cans of tuna. You can use as many as you want. It's just me, and I'll probably be able to eat 2 cans of tuna in a week. 5 days to a week. It's about how long tuna fish will be good for in the fridge. You don't want to hold it much longer than that because it gets yucky, and that could be bad. So anyway, scrape my tuna in here. I have most of my stuff already kind of pre-done. I put a boiled egg in mine. You don't have to. So for every 2 cans of tuna, you can do a hard-boiled egg in there. It adds a little more protein to it, and it gives it a little bit of a different texture if you're worried about that kind of thing. A lot of the people that I know from the Marines were, bodybuilders and weightlifters and all that stuff. So they were like, oh, much protein's in that. So like, throw an egg in there, it like adds a lot more protein to it. But if you're worried about eggs because you got like bad cholesterol or something, well, then don't do that. But anyway, so 2 cans of tuna. I would say about 1/8 of a cup of onion. Not a lot. If you like lots of onion, go for it. But yeah, you don't want the onion to overpower the fishiness of the tuna, I guess. And then I also like to put celery in mine. Not a huge amount, but just something to give it like that texture, so it's a little crunchy tuna or whatever. Also, if you do make tuna melts out of it and you have celery in there, the celery won't get squishy, so you'll still have a little bit of a harder texture in there. Same with the onions. Some people, if you do make your tuna melt, they'll throw the tuna guts on the griddle first and cook those up and get them nice and warm, so everything is all soft and smushy, and then they'll throw it in between the bread and then toast it. But that's whatever. It's however you like it. But anyway, little pieces of celery. Maybe not quite a whole stick of celery, but that again, it's up to you. It's what your preference is. I like celery. I'll eat it as a snack with some peanut butter on it and some raisins and make bumps on a log. You put a little peanut butter in here and little raisins on it, bump on a log. It's kind of a fun snack. I don't know. But then again, I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid my whole life. So anyway, so you mix up your vegetables and your meat. Your tuna's in here. Big thing is mayonnaise. You can use real mayonnaise, fake mayonnaise, light mayonnaise, whatever. If you're worried about it, you can, use whatever makes you happy. I prefer real mayonnaise because I don't really have any heart problems or cholesterol issues. But then again, that's just me. You don't have to. If you're into like no fat stuff, more power to you. You go for it. All right. So it's about 1 tablespoon per can, maybe a little more. you don't want it to be a dry sandwich, but you also don't want it to be so squishy that like your sandwich gets soggy on the bread. And what happens is, oh yeah, and by the way, I drained the tuna before I put it in there. I smushed it really good to make sure it was drained, because I'm gonna eat a piece of celery. Because if you just dump it in there without draining it, you're gonna have gush for sandwiches, and it's gonna be terrible. All right, just like a shot, because I like hot stuff. A shot of hot sauce. If you ever been to the burrito wagons on Camp Pendleton, this is the bottles that they have on the burrito wagon. Valentina, good stuff. I like it. A little bit of lemon. Lemon juice is always good with any kind of fish that you're going to be serving. It just kind of complements it. And it also keeps it from getting kind of yucky. Same with like if you have apples or other fruit mixes, you put a tablespoon of lemon juice in there with your fruit. If you're making like a fruit cocktail or whatever, and it keeps the apples from turning brown. Just so you know. Mix all them wet, gooey ingredients together. I almost forgot mustard. This is a spicy brown. It's the stadium mustard, so I know like right now everybody's watching the Dodgers and the Cubs and the Indians and all, like it's getting close to that time of the season. So this is hot dog mustard. It's kind of a spicy brown mustard. It's really good on hot links. Anyway, I am going to put a little bit of that. There's like a weird crust around the hole. You don't like crust around the hole. That's not good. Anyway, squirt that in there. And I'm going to throw some dry ingredients in there. Dill always goes well with fish of any kind. Sprinkle a little bit of dill in there. Of course, salt and pepper to taste. Depends on your taste. I go about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And about 1/8 or maybe a little more. I like pepper, so. But the hot sauce I already put in there will kind of take up some of what the pepper does. In there. Basil. You don't need to put basil, but I just a little tiny bit in there. Basil has a good smell, so it'll take some of the. If you're not like a super tuna person, you know, like you're like, I gotta choke this down. This is only food in the house. If you put a little basil in there, then it'll make it a little more palatable. And of course paprika, because why? Because I'm Hungarian. I like paprika and everything. So put paprika in there. And stir this up. So you notice I haven't put the egg in there yet because I boiled the egg when you guys weren't watching, and it's cooling right now in the sink. And because I have ghetto not even counters, you know, if you feel me on that, I had the egg sitting there, and when I moved one of the cans of tuna, the egg rolled off on the floor and broke, so I had to get another one. Anyway, that's a me problem, not a you problem, so I'm sure you don't really care. Alright, now take our little egg out, give it a couple of schwacks. Now, hard-boiled eggs peel a little bit easier after they've cooled. If you try to peel them when they're really hot, usually you get that where they stick to the edge. And also, if you can do it in a bowl of water or like the pan of water, they come out a little bit nicer. So, nice hard-boiled egg. Anyway, we're just gonna slice that baby up. And there we go. And we will give that the old. So you don't necessarily want big old chunks of egg in there because it's not egg salad, it's tuna salad. So you know there's no need to get all crazy with it. Alright, so because my fingers are wet, I'll do that. Clean the knife off. I don't want any of that yummy egg escaping. Just get that stuff off the counter. My counters are clean. They're just not flat. So, and if you're ever worried about if your counters are flat, you know, just throw an egg on there for a minute and let it go and see where it goes. And if it rolls on the floor and breaks, your counters aren't flat. So you need to level them. I eventually one day will redo my kitchen and my counters will be level then. For right now, they're not. So anyway, give this a little stir. And you see it's kind of thickening up a little bit because the egg is dry. Before it was kind of looking a little wet, like kind of really wet. Oh, and pickle. We like pickle. I personally love pickles, so that's why I have a big giant jar of pickles. For those of you who have been to Bridgeport or done any mountain training, you will recall from maybe if you had a good mountain instructor, that pickles offset elevation sickness. So if you're gonna go hiking up like 94, somewhere really high up in the mountains, yeah, get some pickles and take them with you in a baggie because it'll help you. And let's see, knife back over here. Plus, I mean, pickles are just good to chomp on anyway. We don't want that stem, but we'll eat it. No, I'm not going to put the whole pickle in there because that would probably be too much because I only have 2 cans here. When I had like the whole family hanging out at the house and I was making tuna fish for lots of people, and I would definitely use a whole pickle, probably 2. But since it's just me, I don't need to put that much pickle in there. And like if you're just lazy or you just don't feel like it, you can go ahead and you can just throw pickle relish in there too. I'm not a big pickle relish fan, so I don't keep it in the house. I don't really have a reason to. So like if I make my own tartar sauce or whatever, I just cut up a pickle because I always have pickles. I don't necessarily have relish. So anyway, throw the pickle pieces in there. And like anything, it's your taste. If you don't like pickles, don't put pickles in yours. That's fine as that. You know, if you don't like celery, don't put celery in there. If you don't like onions, don't put onions in there. You can put what you want in there. It's your stuff. You're the one that's got to eat it, not me. I'm making it the way I like it because that's how I eat it. Anyway, so even though it looks like something the cat threw up, it actually tastes really good, and it has a good texture. It holds together. See, so like if you're gonna put that on a sandwich, it's gonna it's gonna stick to the bread. It's not gonna be too hard to spread. This spreads really easy on bread or toast. Like I said, if you're gonna make tuna melts and you want all the guts hot, you just would scoop this up, flop it right on the pan with a little bit of oil, and heat up the guts first, and then throw your bread on there and toast it up like a grilled cheese sandwich. But anyway, that's my video for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.